Julie Blais Comeau, always a pleasure to have our etiquette expert joining us. And certain situations prompt us to ask certain questions. And recently at the Toronto International Film Festival, there was an incident where the 911 was called from a spectator saying that they were done watching this person with a cell phone in front of them on. And so it kind of gets the discussion started.
Yes.
What's right, what's wrong, what's going too far, and what are some companies doing to kind of put all of this in perspective?
Well, let's put this one into perspective. What happened at TIFF, Leanne, is that there was a blogger, and he was there, and he was getting a little bit peeved, should we say, and so we called upon the management of TIFF, and I guess it wasn't resolved to his liking, so he did call 911. And, you know, it got a little bit out of hand. It wasn't just about spectator etiquette, like somebody using their phone, but he was also concerned about the movie being pirated. And, you know, when I read that, I thought, you know what? It could happen. Like you just flip on your phone and there you are for a couple of hours. So that's happened. So some people have called 911. Now, also in Texas, in the United States, there was a woman, a young lady, a young woman, a young adult, and she texted and texted. And the theater did say, prior to, if you text, you know, we have zero tolerance for that. And so they banned her, Leanne. They did call the police and they escorted her out of the theater. So then she gets home, she calls, and then she leaves them this voicemail message. I cannot repeat those words. And then, you know, you theater, you can use your blah, 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 blah. It's my phone, blah, 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 blank, blank, blank.
Right.
And so they kept the recording. And at the beginning of each feature movie, Leanne, guess what? Is on the screen the live voicemail with all the blanked out stuff from this woman. And they said, you think we're kidding about texting while watching a movie? We're absolutely not.
And interesting too, because now they're almost giving rewards that if you turn off your phone and then you come back out of the theater and turn it back on, they're giving people free coupons for popcorn. I mean, how sad is that right now? That people are paying money to go see a movie and now we're being influenced that, you know, if you get out of there without turning on your phone, we're going to give you a coupon for something.
Yes, or even going to a concert. You know, you're watching a concert and you're going with it and you're singing along and you're dancing. Well, you know, who's behind you? You know, like are the people able to see? So we have to take a moment and think, you know, are the other spectators able to enjoy it just as much as we are? Even candy, you know, opening up the wrappers on and off all the time when you're at the theater.
I was going to say, like, you're right.
Chewing gum, you know, and then, or even just saying shh, shh to your children, that can be distracting. So let's put it into perspective, show a little bit of spectator etiquette when we go.
All right, opera, different settings, I mean,
yes. Yeah, you know, when you're in something more classical, let's say you're going to a classical at the NAC, so then when the conductor comes out, you will applause. When he brings up the baton, then you're going to stop. And then when he turns around and he bows, you're going to applause. And ladies and gentlemen, do stay to the very, very end, because that's when members of the orchestra are being recognized, or maybe some soloist is being recognized. So don't just rush out. As a courtesy to the performers, wait until the very end, something more classical. And I'd like to touch a little bit on the origins of the clapping, of applauding. Let's go back to Roman times. Do you know that it was graduated? It would start with the fingers. We would clap with the fingers, and then we would go to the hand. And then the Romans, of course, had their togas. So then up would come the togas when we really enjoyed it. So that's the origins of clapping.
There's a reason as to how it progressed for us getting to the and adding in the standing ovation. Is that just a gradual flow?
The gradual flow, and you know, like the toga. When you go like to a wedding or something like that, you know, you have the napkins and people go in Viva España or what have you. Well, the toga was the origin of the napkin, because back then you didn't have napkins. Well, we could go on about that with dining etiquette.
Well, and you have so many different things people can check out. I know we were talking about the book that's coming out in November, and then people can head to the website and see all the different blogs and the writings.
That's right, sticky situations. So, and you know, people write all the time. You never know. Like yesterday, I received something about someone wanting to quit a new job after just 2 weeks. What do you do?
Oh, I want to know what I'd like to know what the answer to that one was for sure.